Hey guys, welcome to the development updates and Moonland 2022 recap. Let's wait a couple minutes until more people come in for us to start.
What happened to the waiting music? That was good.
Yeah, it threw me off a bit.
I, okay,
I didn't want to say anything.
I don't know how I took it off. Wait. All right, I think we could go ahead and start. Um, how about how about we start with the 2022 recap, and then we can go ahead and give the updates that have done so far for 2023. You want to go ahead, Kieran?
Hey guys. Yeah, sure. Hold on 1 second.
First of all, Happy New Year. How rude of me.
Happy New Year, everybody. I haven't seen you guys since last year.
Yeah, it's been at least a year. I see more and more people just piling in. I'm gonna give them just until maybe one more minute. Let's see. I messaged a couple people to come on in, but I have the recap here. You maybe Daniela could post the coin market cap version of this on our Twitter, and then people could follow along if they want to see the visuals. If you don't have to, I'm using it as my guide right now.
Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and tweet it.
Awesome. Yeah, it really does cover in depthly. So I think officially I'm still at 11 months, or I don't think I even rolled onto the project properly until April, March. March was when I started. Um, so this is more of a recap of the last, and I think Brandon and Alicia are two main my cohorts as game developers. Also rolled on, I think probably 8 months ago now. So when I look at this, I see something that is actually something I didn't. I don't usually take a step back and look back. Um, Usually I'm too busy. But this is really interesting to see because it starts with our original concept art and our original concept artists. And it goes through all of the beginnings of January, February, March, and you can read more into detail about it. But it's quite exciting to see the changes we started out from with these uh, almost Animal Crossing esque uh, dogs and humanoid characters. And I took the first stab, as you can follow through the article. It shows three concept arts of three little dogs, and I, I feel like I matched the concept art quite well, but the concept art was really simple, and they wanted something more, so we took a stab at making. Um, there's a picture of a dog with sunglasses. He's got like stripes down his shirt. He's wearing like I don't know exercise clothes, and he's looking at his cell phone. He's got a hidden gem of a necklace. I think I'm gonna bring that necklace back.
Yeah,
There's a
he needs more ice on him.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
that
we
necklace is
were
fun.
slowly icing him out. You guys, I don't think Danny posted the one with him with the hookah, so that's another funny one. And there was some adventures we had. The whole team met up in, I think that was April. Um, it was quite exciting. Uh, and we got to meet some new people. That was Matt and Brenda. They were our concept artists now. And Matt had been doing, I think he was working on some poster for a band, and Mike might have seen it. I think you can let them explain their origin story, but it was quite serendipitous the way a lot of us met. And so during this time, we were just building the team up and starting to get the concept from the old concept art contract company to people in house. And that's also, I guess, later on where we started to hire our first 3D modeler, and besides me. My background is more in lighting, I guess you could say nowadays. I ended a lot of my time in games with just, I like being the last person that gets to have a hand in the level, the characters, really get that last final bit of polish on. That was, as a lead lighter for years, that was what I really appreciated. And this project, we all wear a lot more hats, but we're growing steadily. So it's really nice to see both the content, the team, and also the design ideas starting to grow and flourish. I'll take a little second here and just, we've finally got our initial canvas for the world. So even some of the tools we're going to build in the coming months to allow people to build their own things in Moonland, we've got the area for what is there is for everyone. It's kind of like random, but it's kind of, I always think every piece of electronics or every piece of food, all the matter that exists on the earth, and it's existed since before humans, but we put them together. And with our team, we're putting this uh, very early concept and we're taking it into the next level. That's why we started our multiplayer testing. But I'll get into that more in the dev updates. I should just continue to finish our updates on, well, King Doggo. That's for one. You can see a couple images of him, our concept artist, Matt. Um, Somewhere out there, there should be an image of one of our cities, and you can see there's a big doggo statue. That's going to actually be coming really quick soon into the new level. So yeah, we started getting, uh, I guess you could say we started to figure out where we were going and what direction we were going in for the game, and we started to look at the different engines out there. We looked at Sandbox and Decentraland and how they did browser-oriented games, but you can see the limit to that. You can't push them any farther, and you can't build them for the future. So most of what crypto and any technology is always about is building for the future, not building for now. And we've achieved that by switching to Unreal Engine 5. We did see a lot of other companies follow suit and switch, and that was really nice to find. So let's go back to July and August of last year when we first realized our game is a crypto game, so we want to also be a game for gamers. So we started to think about like how or if we integrated NFTs and just the basic ways that people use today to buy a game. So you go to the store, you buy the game, you get the game, you have a copy of it, or you sign in and you buy it online and you download a copy of it. Um, all of those things give you ownership. So using the non-fungible tokens as ownership as well seems to be the best and easiest way to start out that integration. So we started to come up with a series of NFTs using just a couple of the early characters we'd worked on, codenamed Kimmy. And wow, we were able to come up with almost a billion different combinations. It was incredible. Um, we took a step back and we actually Alicia remodeled the character, gave it a lot more pizzazz, and then did these things called blend shapes, which is changing the shapes of the jaw, the cheeks, the nose, the eyes with sliders. So you could manipulate them, and then we did a render of that, and we had 10,000 NFTs. There's a couple on here that look really quite nice. Um, we're still going to show you guys all those, but we have worked with the concept. Me and Matt really had a powwow and realized we needed to come up with a way to generate more characters for players, more races. Um, and the way we were doing it, where each race was going to have its own rig, its own look and feel, well, that was going to become a nightmare down the line. When we started integrating ships or mechs or even the jetpacks, it's a lot more simple if you just make it so a jetpack connects to one spot on all characters and not multiple spots on characters. It starts to really influence a lot of bugs. So we created this thing called the UBT, the Universal Body Type. This also solves one of the issues that we, as a metaverse game, or even just a social multiplayer that wants to connect people to other games, it's hard to get their style and their games into our game. So if you wanted to, like, say, play a character from Gears of War and you wanted to bring it into Moonland, well, things start to clash, and you could do some tricks to make it look okay, lighting-wise, texture-wise, everything can look similar. But what we really wanted was to be able to give a model to another company, and they could put props and things on it in our style. So they have a style to go with, and we give them a style guide that we're going to be working on to send out so that people can build their own characters. Even maybe the public can eventually build their own character and integrated into Moonland. And that's something that we started to realize we needed to work on now before we got any farther. And like I said, ships. Putting different races in ships, you have two options. Either you make like World of Warcraft does it, they make everything ginormous. So you don't really notice the difference in scale. And like mounts, you don't ever get inside of a cockpit. And if you do, a lot of games either shrink the characters or change them out with a different model that's just built for the cockpit. And we want it to be able to just have seamless integration. So our universal body type is what we decided to go with. And there's one slide that talks about it. It's kind of a simple slide, but it really shows off how much we can get away with creating millions more content, like shoes, hair, accessories, and stylized body types with less. And that also means that our character kind of changed style. You can see the new, is it on here? Oh, you'll see it soon. We've posted a couple images of the universal body type on Twitter. I believe there's a picture of the codename Jessie character with the pink hair, and the null, I'm calling it. So that's the base. And I'm going to integrate that, and you can actually play as the null if you want to play as the very, like, no clothes, no nothing, just a simplified, it's almost like a clone from Star Wars. But those are going to be integrated now into a new series of NFTs that'll be how you purchase your way into the game or how you win your ticket into the game. When we do release it, and we'll release the whitelist and we'll release all the new ones, they're going to have all the new body types. So you'll see the character that you're picking. And in the game, you can choose that or you can change the colors. Of course, colors and changing is all going to be done by missions. So you'll have to go on missions to get ore, you'll have to do step-by-step quests to talk to people, to combine the ore into your color, and you'll have to bring it to someone to dye your costume. All parts of keeping you in the game, which I can't wait to bring you in. As a side note, this week we finally integrated, so like I've been saying, we've been building the canvas, but the canvas needs a lot of templates, and Brandon and I worked together, and he got the first NPC operating in the game. It's a simple NPC. It just fixes your jetpack if it breaks. But we also got the braking of the jetpack and the fuel danger zone operational. So the jetpack now has a level of skill that you really have to like play around with it. That's kind of how we want everything in Moonland to be. We want you to come in and explore and learn and grow yourself. And that's why we make things not super easy, but not super difficult either. So I can't wait. We had a really fun 7-player test this last Friday, and I hope that next week, after we get the new character into the game, we'll be having a bigger test, maybe even 15 people.
Yeah, I just want to say that about the universal body type is that's the whole thing, right? I mean, this the way of doing it that way makes it so that we can have way more people in the game at the same time, not
Yeah,
isolated on separate servers or anything. It's I think a lot of big MMOs are doing stuff like have already kind of done stuff like this, but I think the difference is
yeah.
um, we're doing it in an engine that's way nicer. um, so it looks crazy. Even when right now when it was just like the 7 or 8 of us in there testing, um, and next week hopefully it'll be 15 or 20, and it's just it's just really cool. And that's the thing. This whole year has been about like putting all the ground things in, making sure the servers work, making sure the land and all the area works the way it should. And now I think over the next couple months here, you're going to see that. Well, maybe in a month or so, you're going to see there's going to be a lot more characters. Like we've posted characters that are going to be basically NPCs, but now we're actually focusing on the player characters, not just the NPCs that you're going to talk to that do quests or that teach you how to fly the jetpack. Now we're going to get into just basically the player characters and all their different options and all that kind of stuff.
World
Yeah,
building.
exactly.
Yeah,
World
we're gonna
building
get
is
get into
yeah,
world building.
yeah. I mean, we've got the world now. We just got to add the bits.
Yeah, world building and just getting just such a solid concrete framework to build off of is so important for honestly any game for sure.
Yeah.
But it's definitely really showing the colors of that importance with the project at the scale of Moonland.
And we've started to release test footage too of our 8-kilometer world that everyone's going to experience first. And it's really exciting to see. Uh, we're going to be working on getting a registration page up on our website so people can register. We're still working out the details of that. Basically, just making buttons. But we'll be getting that up soon too. So we really want to integrate the community right away because this is the kind of game that's a social hub, and we want people to come in and not just spend time with each other, but spend time in the game. I actually watched a really interesting YouTube talk recently about solo. It was a GDC talk, so it was dry and like 3 hours long, but it was worth it. It was about solo players, even in the multiplayer world, and how they constantly get forgotten. So we're trying to make sure that our game is inclusive, um, and we're trying to make sure that it's inclusive to gamers as well as people that are actually big fans of crypto. So we're not trying to pick either side. And I feel like a lot of other games are going that direction too, which is really nice. And I can see that happening. And we're also going to be, if you see the post I've been scrolling through about our last year, the year in review, you can see we also experimented a bit with VR. So that's one of those things that's going to be coming as an update to Moonland in the future. But like Brandon said, everything in design can be thought of like as an onion. So like he said, we need to get the core done. So that's the center of the onion. And then each layer on top has to only work with and not against the core. So once we have the core, and that is like, I don't know if we've talked about it, but we have a very similar to another space game kind of a device we've created. It's going to be, what was it called? Particle wave analyzer. So you're going to use that in game, and you'll be able to do a lot of the research quests and missions, and also eventually upgrade it to be your blaster, which with the jetpack and a blaster and the insects, there's these isopods that we've created, the bugs from inside the moon. It's going to be a blast to get people in there. Even before we have the big missions and we get we're working on a shop. We're going to have a mini shop in this outpost where we do the testing, just so we can get people in there and doing some testing too. And we're going to have a little mini like cinema type of thing where people can go up on a stage and just yell at each other. because I think next month on our schedule we got voice chat coming in too, so that'll be exciting. And then with I think by the end of February we'll be ready to. Well, end of January we're going to get some people in to test, but by the end of February we can probably start testing our registration and getting actual people into the game. Now remember, early access, super early access. But I think that already I've been flying the jetpack around by myself, and you turn on the background music, and it's just it's kind of like a lo-fi music video. It's kind of cool. I still haven't flown from tip to tip in the map yet, but we may be getting a new development machine so that I can stream the full res game development stuff on Twitch. So hopefully in the next couple weeks, you guys stay tuned to that, and I'll do an end-to-end flyover. Um,
It
which will
took me
also,
like 15 minutes to get over, like, because I
yeah,
went from the center of the map, 'cause that's kind of where like we've been testing as like the player starts, and it took me like 15 minutes to get to like one side of it, and that's also I was flying full force, like that is
yeah, boost
huge.
mode. Yeah,
Yeah,
our jetpack has boost mode, but use up more fuel, so you gotta always be wary of it, which is gonna be cool. And we're gonna be populating like mobs, like monsters, out in the plains too. So if you run out of fuel and you land, you're probably gonna get killed, knocked out, I guess, right? Teleported back to the safety zone. Um, we really want to make this novice safety zone perfect for everyone. Like right now, you can punch each other and knock each other out. I think we have it set to 10. Everyone has like 10 or so health bars. Um, which actually, Brandon, you added the health bars, but they didn't really look like the ones I drew on the picture.
yeah. The ones you drew in the picture, they had it's just kind of compressing them in that spot. So I
Uh,
had to change some stuff on the way that the compression works. Instead of it just being like a general texture, I had to make sure that it was compressing for UI, stuff like that. But
okay.
it's the same exact file.
I want to do I made them really pixelated on purpose. I want to do the pixelated UI style. I think that's we're gonna gear towards that.
Yeah, I like that style a lot.
Yeah. So we'll play with it more. Everything now is just for testing, just so it's visual. But I really wanted to get everyone because like it's kind of hard to know when you're gonna get knocked out. So now we can all see our health, and we can also make it so we can make a quest in the early testing demo to see if people will increase their health and how much they're willing to go. The pains of playing Moonland. How long are you willing to wait? Stand on a single rock to get a health potion.
Oh yeah, and I need one of you guys to like add like IDD QD or something in there so that no one can take me out.
Yeah. Don't worry. We'll eventually get developer characters that Matt will concept for us, and we'll just give ourselves,
Because
god
I
balls.
have tried to fly across the map and I get halfway and I'm out of fuel and I'm like, oh.
Your fuel actually does auto recharge, and I think Brandon's got it set pretty good. That it's pretty slow. But we'll eventually we'll put the like once we have the scanner,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
PWA, we'll put the entire map will be filled with these blueprint rocks
Hmm.
that will be like you can scan, and they have a chance of having like a fuel cell in them or a health thing in them, or just these little things I call stars, which is the first point system. Like that's what Saul uses to build all his stuff for his things.
Yeah.
So you go
I was
get
just
from the
saying
map.
the map is really huge. So yeah, definitely if there's some stops along the way to fuel back up, that would be
That's good
nice.
to know. Yeah, Danny's already been testing with us, so it's been fun. Um, it was fun to watch John last week play too. It was like, oh yeah, we got more people. Some of our team is on max, so that's hard because our game, excuse me, is only on PC right now. But we do have hopes. I have seen specific game builds run on the new M1 and M2 Max. So I will, we'll like once we get uh, the front end menu sorted out, so we can lower down the graphics so that we don't melt things. We'll do some testing for sure, but that's not for a while. We really want to polish the PC build as much as we can, and in my dreams, getting a mobile app to coincide with it is important so that people can be in Moonland even when they're not in their PC. So that'll be really fun. But that's more of
Yeah.
just like, the PWAs in your hand, so you can see your items, your NFTs. It's like, yeah, your inventory. Check out your character, maybe even chat.
Yeah, I was thinking that would be, we talked about the mobile app quite a bit, but I do think, yeah, even chat, like maybe just in your alliance kind of thing would be good. But
Yeah,
yeah. Anyway, we can talk about that more later. But yeah, that's
yeah.
pretty cool. And you already
I,
mentioned
I,
that you melted a VR headset. I just like to point that out because
oh
that's
yes,
crazy.
yes, yes.
Makes me laugh.
Yeah. My VR headset, my Quest 2, I was using it for PC VR, and it started to get really hot, and my computer is really hot, and my computer, my laptop, it's like a Razer supercomputer. It's awesome, but it definitely took a beating when we were trying to pump out the PC VR stuff, and now it has like a lag in even the like when you put on the Quest 2, you can see the pass-through cameras. It's like a grayscale version of your room, but mine are so laggy it makes you want to throw up. It's like not processing properly. So yeah,
Yeah, so
maybe we'll get a
need to
Quest Pro.
optimize that a little bit. That's all.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, that was us just throwing our. We actually have optimized all of those assets we used from then too. So like
Oh,
we were
okay.
just throwing in some of the early assets, like the Kimmy that was really high res, like 100 and what was it, 190,000 polys, which isn't that much, but for us, we want to go be able to scale. I want to see 10,000 players in one server if that's possible. Even if we have to do some kind of a ghosting thing where you you can only replicate certain numbers, but everyone else is like a ghost on another server, but you can still chat with them and they're still there. Like, and on their server, you're a ghost kind of thing. So like all you're doing is doing one replication of location, and then you're just the chatting can be passed through to each one. But I don't know. I really like how Dark Souls does it too, where you see ghosts of people running around. Even if we like when we maximize a server, because I've never seen an MMO with like what 50,000 a server. Maybe there is, but
Yeah,
I tried looking into it, and those numbers are hard to find.
yeah, it is. It's one of those things where there's a few events where there's been a lot of people, but again, they all scaled down. And yeah, you're right. Like they ghost people out and stuff. So yeah. I mean, it'll happen.
We'll figure that out. Um, so yeah, that was a, what does it say? In closing, Moonland had an epic 2022. We have created the basic framework that will allow us to expand further in 2023. Stay tuned for more updates. And that's exactly it. We're literally just every week we have something cool and new. Next week will be a little dry because we're going to be getting all the character stuff we've worked on the last couple of weeks with Alicia and Brandon into the Unreal Engine, and it'll replace our NPC characters. Like if you've seen in the video, you see the green alien. That's Saul. He's one of the Galactic Marketplace owners, and he is going to be the NPC you talk to in the beginning. He's actually in the middle of building an outpost and roadway to the outpost. So yeah, he's quite well off. He's doing good on the moon, I'd say. So you're going to be in the March demo. You'll be playing in Saul's outpost, and most of the NPCs you'll be dealing with will be Saul and the construction shop robots that are helping him, and maybe a couple surprises too. So just wait and see. It'll be fun. Really need some like lo-fi music in the background.
Hey, like a
I don't
music
know how I
bot for
started
this.
playing it.
Yeah, so I think that's pretty good for updates and where we've
Kind
been.
of combined
You
them
know,
together. Yeah.
yeah, it's crazy that it's been a year. Got so much done though, but time just flies by. um,
Yeah, it does.
yeah, I mean, it's nice that we're getting more people in the game now. We're testing the environments, and soon we'll have people. I guess we're going to pull people from here and from Discord, right? I mean, that's basically what we'll do. We'll get them to sign up, and that's actually
Yeah.
Daniela. Daniela can figure out who gets in.
We got something. We got a surprise coming up for the people that are gonna be able to test it first.
A surprise. That's cool.
Maybe be something NFT related collecting them.
Nice. Yeah, we're working on these characters so we can we can get that good core series of NFTs out for our audience for the when the game initially launches. I think we might have some other things too early on. I'm obsessed with the idea of the game cover being the way you get into the game, like buying a box or a cartridge. It's just not been utilized so much. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. Take a look at the CoinMarketCap. It's CoinMarketCap. Yeah, CoinMarketCap article. You can see everything I've been talking about today and more. There's all sorts of stuff we went on, and just building the team was such a serendipitous series of events, and we have some core people that really have grown to know exactly what we're working towards. So that excites me and keeps me turning on the midnight oil. I don't even know how you say that. Burning the midnight oil. Drinking the massive amounts of coffee.
Always working. That's what you mean. You're always at your computer.
Yes.
The grind never stops.
Not when it's fun.
I noticed
Exactly.
a couple times I'll go buy my machine at 2 a.m. I'll be like, oh look, Kieran's on. Do you sleep? Do you sleep anymore?
Yeah, my partner forces me to,
Oh, there
so
you
it's
go.
it's good. It's a healthy. I think actually there was a video of hey, you still haven't sent me that, but there was a video that we recorded last week
Oh yeah, day
uh,
in the life.
of Brandon
Oh,
and well, oh no, the one where he was you guys were on the cliff top and he's like, wow, you can see the city from here.
oh yeah.
Yeah, I want to get that one out to everyone because it's still that. And I was like, Danny, send it to me. He's like, no, it's the weekend. Don't work.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
So
forgot that part was clipped.
yeah, it was good. We got to get that in there. Anyway, that's
I'll
it.
send it to you right
Stay
now.
tuned, guys. All right, cool. Yeah, and Danielle, I'll do a little edit on it and send it to you so you can post it. It's fun to see like this started from Mike. He literally stood underneath a rocket and imagined a world on the moon. And this last 11 months, we've taken that idea and we've blown it up into not just one idea, but many people's brains, bodies, and minds working on Moonland to get this idea across. And it's exciting to see like we played our multiplayer test, and I'm way over on another side of the map, flying around or talking to someone, and it's just Danny and Brandon flew up to the top of a little mountain, and they just stood there and stared off at the world and commented it, and it really was I if the people that know the magic and how the magic works are this at awe while they play their own product, I can't wait to bring it to the public. End rant.
Nice, guys. This is like we are all super excited. I don't know if anyone from the listeners want to add something to the team or anything. All
Yeah,
right.
if there's any questions.
Yeah, you guys could definitely go and check out. We're giving development updates pretty often on our Discord. We had like pretty much everything here and said in more detail. Like he said, it's on the Coin Market Cap article. If you want to go and check out all the amazing stuff that have been done in this past a little bit less than a year, which blows my mind. But yeah, a lot of exciting things coming up. And yeah, do you guys have anything more to add?
Yeah, I would just add that we're here, we're on Discord, so if anybody has any questions, yeah, just shoot them our way. Again, we're working on getting people into the early alpha, but Daniela will announce that on Discord how to get in. But yeah, things are things are getting really cool. So yeah.
Yeah, you guys definitely have to. If you want to stay tuned, the best place to be is on Discord. Honestly, our Discord is pretty fun. We have some meme contests, art contests on our Discord, and obviously also some blockchain education. There's a lot of stuff for you guys to keep entertained and updated.
Yeah, I mean, there's always some kind of contest going on, and there's always someone talking, and yeah, it's a cool community. So yeah, go join it if you're not already. But I think almost everybody here is, so good.
Come for the game, stay for the memes. That's how I feel. There's so many memes. It's very entertaining to interact with people on here.
All right, guys, I think that is it. Happy Friday.
Perfect, guys. This has been awesome. Quite a turnout. Love it.
Thank you, guys. Kieran, we're gonna get a bunch of clips from everything you said, so it's awesome.
Perfect.
All right, guys. Happy Friday. Bye.
Happy Friday, everybody.
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday the 13th.
Oh, geez, it is the 13th. Ooh.
It is. I just noticed that.
Thanks, Karen.
Good luck, everybody.
Yeah, turn off your computer.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.